Great. That's how my recording is going to start, with me trying to cough off camera. Hi, everybody. God damn it, what a shit way to start this video. Hello. I really should start over, but I'm too lazy. So, welcome to the... I guess it's the last NASCAR Dirt to Daytona video I'm going to be doing. This is the last real stream here. I've got, what is it, 10, wow, 10 races left, 1, 2, 4, 7, and 10 races left in the season, and I think at this point, I've pretty much, someone's gonna have their volume up and go deaf. I think at this point, I'm pretty much a shoo-in for winning the season. So, I would say at this point, after this, there's not much of a reason to continue. Like, once you've won the Cup Series, the only thing left would be to win the Daytona 500. So, 10 races, and then the Daytona 500 is typically the first race of the year. So, I only have to do like 11 races to get, you know, that's the first race of the year to get to that point. So... yeah, I'm only going to give it like one shot because I don't want to go through a whole nother year's worth of races to try to do it. And I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to get it anyway at this point, because I think I've only got like, what, one part left? Maybe? I'd have to look. Maybe it's 2? I can't remember how much I got left. The engine's maxed out. The suspension's maxed out. I can't remember if it was aero or exhaust. Aero's maxed out. And exhaust will be maxed out after this race. So I'll have a maxed out car, win the year, then I can go and try to win the actual Daytona 500. So after that, there's really not anything left to do at that point. It's kind of at that point it's just like, well, I've done everything I could possibly do. So this will probably be the last stream I do of this and the last video of this I post up on YouTube. Whether or not I try to play maybe a more up-to-date version, at least on the emulators are concerned, I think 2005 works decently well. That one's pretty good. The rest are pretty buggy, but 2005 might work out pretty well. And that's a maybe, because once NBA 2K17 comes out, that'll be another series to add to the list of things I already do. Plus there's other games that I've wanted to, you know, at least play and see if people enjoy it and see, you know, what I could do with it, and it'd just be kind of fun. So, yeah, this might be the last time I actually do this. Thank God it will be. Someone doesn't like my NASCAR series. Thank you. But yeah, 10 more races and then one more, so I guess I'll just quit the jaw jacking and get done with this and move on. So yeah, first place. We'll get through this and call it good. I'm also mildly considering, I mean, I'll be figuring it out in like an hour and a half, hour 45 or so, however long it takes to get this done. I'll be figuring it out probably at some point tonight whether or not I'm going to be doing my last Hollywood movie studio video as well. Because I'm going to be doing another Hollywood movie studio. And I'm also at the point where it was like, well, I didn't have much money, but I managed to make it through. I found a cash cow. I did what I wanted to. I created movies that I wanted to create. And they did successfully. And I made an insane amount of money. And then I could continue pumping movies out if I really wanted to. I never got like a highest selling of all time movie, but... you know, I managed to get anime stuff, winning Best Picture and making a bunch of money. And I think that like that last bastion of movies for me to try to make successfully in the game is hentai, and I mean that should be coming out by the end of the next stream. Cool. And I actually think I didn't do nearly as well as I could have, so that was nice. I can only imagine what'll happen once I get that exhaust too. There we go. At least by the end I managed to actually like up-convert everything on my GameCube emulator to make everything look nice, so it at least gets to end with pretty nice little graphics. What a fun start to the stream too, by doing a track that I've been so used to between Featherlight and Craftsman, and now this. God damn it! That's gonna cost me a little bit. Fucked up my car. Man, I am not racing the cleanest race ever. That's alright, I'll be fine.
You're all clear.
There we go. How many laps does it say I got left? 4 laps on fuel. Alright. I think I'd be doing a better job if it wasn't for draft. I think if it wasn't for all the draft, I'd probably be doing a... Because see, I could probably pass him up pretty easily right now. Just zip on by him like that. But that draft will kill me. And people are trying to get by me. Since when was there actual racing? Since the point where I didn't have to, like, completely knock everybody out to win races. Which is probably why this is going to be the last one anyway, and not like one more year of this.
All clear. Slow down.
There we go. Half can, no tires, don't repair. I gotta be all the way at the end, don't I? Or at least very close. I don't know if positioning ever really does too much either. It's nice to be, though, up in the front of the pit road with the big boys. There we go.
All clear.
Cool, cool, cool. Oh boy.
All clear. Clear.
I was a little weary of being able to do that. So yeah. NBA 2K17 comes out in like a month, and I'm so excited, and I'm already trying to like figure out what stupid name I'm going to give my team. And I think I talked about this last time, but yeah, definitely going to be something anime related. And I've got a couple of potential names. So is that going to go away? Okay. I cut in a little much, but that's all right.
Car low. Clear low.
There we go. They released a trailer. I might have to look at that. I don't really mind all that much, whoever curates the music. I think at this point I'm just gonna start putting Spotify on I'm gonna start putting Spotify on PlayStation and just have that open while I'm playing NBA. Just curate my own playlist of stuff that won't get me like blocked on YouTube. Just try to find a playlist of stuff from like NBA 2K10 and NBA 2K12 and just try to make a playlist out of that. That'd be fantastic. Because I think between 2K10 and 2K12, those were probably the two best years for NBA soundtracks. Yeah, I'm not ever really going to get to that YouTube link. I'll get to it at some point after the stream, but that's a long ways away at this point. Cool. Trailer's super cinematic as usual. That's cool. I wonder if they're gonna make my career a bit different than that Spike Lee bullshit. I haven't heard them talk at all about my career, so I'm wondering if they heard all of our complaints about that Spike Lee bullshit and decided not to do that anymore. I'd assume as much. Probably cost them a bunch of money anyway. It's probably just like, well, we wanted to try something and people hated it, so we'll figure out something else. Not to mention they made a perfect the expansion team thing at adding like what is it up to, like 36 teams? Like you can add an extra team in each division. It's ridiculous. So my first thought is, holy shit, this is like perfect for someone like me to just add teams in. They released the soundtrack on Spotify for this year. Yeah, I'd seen the playlist because they like released the playlist a while back, and it's like, don't care. Or maybe that was WWE 2K's. I think I'm thinking about WWE 2K's because it's Diddy, Puff Daddy, P Diddy, whatever he goes by at this point. I know he curated the WWE 2K thing, and it's like meh. It's very meh. I imagine NBA 2K is around the same way, just because I'm really not a rap hip hop fan. I think those like mid 2000s Drake did it. No. Drake probably did NBA 2K, but Diddy did WWE 2K soundtrack because that was like the big deal of him showing up as a special guest on Monday Night Raw. I hope there's a bot that accidentally timed you out. I hope there's a like you did that like 4 times, and then on the 5th time, like, it's like, nope, you're spamming. Oh, it's just a whole lot of Drake songs. Oh, well. Yeah, I guess I'll just curate my own Spotify playlist. That's just what I'll do. I'll just find a bunch of idol song, like Japanese idol songs, just to piss people off. Like for every like 18 YouTube series that there is of some dude being like, "Yo, what's up?" and it's like all this like rap hip hop stuff, and they're sitting there like, "Yeah, we're gonna sit here, we're gonna do this up right. This is gonna be great." And like I'd seen like the cinematic shit where people use like GTA 5 or whatnot to be like, "I'm riding in my Bentley." It's like, man, if I did that shit, number one, I feel like that's a bit cringeworthy. I get it, but Imagine Dragons, Noah Should Be Even Grimes. I don't really know who Noah Should Be Even Grimes are. And Imagine Dragons are alright. I feel like they might be a bit overplayed. I don't know. It really depends on what songs it is. Imagine Dragons aren't bad. They do some catchy shit. But yeah, there's just gonna be like 25 different YouTube channels. It's just like, "Yo, what's up? I did this cinematic where I'm in GTA 5 riding in my Bentley to the game." And then there's just cut to me with like with the poppiest, like, just the complete opposite. That's what I want to do. I want to do, like, the complete opposite. Better yet, I'll just make it, like, the whitest white person music ever. I don't even know what I would have that be. I'm playing NBA 2K17 and, like, fucking Frank Sinatra. Like, just like, old school, like, swing music is playing. No one does that anymore? You know, well, that's good. Maybe not the popular ones, but, like, I've still seen that once in a while. Smooth did it in 2K12 and then stopped doing cinematics. Yeah, I've seen a lot of, like, mini Chris Smooths, though, because, like, Smooth was one of those guys where, like, when I ever first started even considering doing YouTube, and I was doing college hoops videos, someone on my Twitter had actually found this, like, set of college hoops 2K8 videos. He's like, dude, this dude sounds exactly like you, and I'm just, like, looking at it and like, oh shit, that's my old stuff from, like, 4 years ago when I was first doing, like, college hoops 2K8, like, before I actually started my channel, on, like, an alt channel that I had. He's like, he sounds just like you, and I'm like, fun fact, that is me. But yeah, I remember that, and I remembered not liking the whole thing that people would do, like, cinematics and shit, and To be fair, like, the shit that I do with TEW, and that's just a text-based game, probably would be cringeworthy for most people who weren't wrestling fans. It's just like, man, look at him making match cards and shit, and what the fuck is he doing? Like, it can go both ways, of course. But, like, I saw just a bunch of mini Chris Smooths who were like, I'm gonna do cinematics where we're doing Need for Speed type. I think I saw that once. I think someone was using, like, either Most Wanted or Hot Pursuit, like, whichever. I mean, Most Wanted, I think, was a bit more open-ended, so someone had used, like, Most Wanted. It's like, I'm getting chased by the cops now. I gotta get to the arena. Like, oh no, what are you doing? And then they put in, like, the fuck, I can't remember what I'm thinking of. I'm trying to think about what is it I'm thinking of, the where they do the voice shit. Auto-tune, yeah, they do, like, the auto-tune voice whenever something happens. Yeah, they added cutscenes to the game, which really made it weird. Was it last year when they're like, oh yeah, this is my rival? It's like, wait, like, because it was like, what, NBA 2K14, they introduced, like, the rival, and then, like, 2K15, you come into the league, and it had an interesting setup, but then your rival's there, and he's like, yeah, I got injured my first year, but now I'm doing this. Oh boy, hey, still made it. That's not gonna help. Let's just not repair the damage and hope that I didn't fuck up my car too bad. But yeah, that was, like, weird, where it was like, oh yeah, this is my rival. And it's like, we gotta act like he was totally around during the like, oh yeah, he was totally around in this timeline as well. It's like, we're doing a whole different timeline where this guy got drafted before you, and it was a constant competition of who's going to get drafted, and then he just shows back up again, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a neat continuation. B, that doesn't make any sense in terms of story, how he would be here again. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that when you're saying that someone sounds a bit like me, you're just linking to another one of my videos. 'Cause you're funny. I'd put money on the fact that you linked to another one of my fucking videos on my same channel. This guy sounds like you! But yeah. I can't wait for NBA 2K17 though. I'm gonna make some ridiculous. I really hope they do the same thing that they do with like oh shit, I was trying to avoid him and then I smacked the wall. I hope that we get to do the shit like what college courts do a lot with their courts, where god damn it, why are you up in my way, man? Where colleges get to, you know, like I think it's like if you look at the University of Oregon court, like they can design the entire court. It'd be really cool if I could just do some like semi-translucent like design and make an entire court. I think that would be fun, if not more fun than just having like a single logo in the middle and then some side logos. Like it's like that's cool, but let's expand upon that. Oh. There we go.
5 laps to go.
Wow, look at the... Oh, okay. I'm sitting here thinking, like, wow, look at all the guys in the triple digits that are in the top 5. And then I realized, oh, you know what? They probably haven't pit yet, so that's going to change. Yep. Actually, I don't know. No, oh yeah, they're definitely going in now. Although, no, that's not Mark Martin. That's Rusty Wallace. There's Mark Martin up there. Not this blue car, but the dick pill car ahead of that. That's Mark Martin. I can just barely recognize his, because his car isn't that blue. I can't remember.
All clear.
There's dick pill Mark Martin. I wonder if I got enough time to actually pass these guys by. I got 3 laps, so let's see what I can do with those 3 laps. Alright, so there's Mark Martin. Robbie Gordon. I think he's the Singular Wireless. That's not around anymore. Didn't they get bought out? Singular? Didn't they get bought out by like Sprint or somebody? I remember when they were a thing. Oh god. Oh god. Let's just swerve to the inside and hope I don't get railroaded by somebody. Where the hell's Harvick? Oh, that's Harvick up there. There's Harvick. And then Dale. I don't think I'm going to get to Dale Jr. He's swerving past people. I think I could probably swerve my way past Harvick. Come on, baby. Oh, boy. There we go. Just put a car in front of Kevin Harvick. Damn. If I had another lap, I probably could have passed up Dale Earnhardt Jr. And that Singular was AT&T. Maybe that's what it was. I know they got bought out. It was AT&T. That's what it was. God. That was just... Like, that was nostalgia. It's like, I remember Singular. I remember when Singular Wireless was a thing. I'm surprised some of these places are still in business. Like, there's still Boost Mobile places around here. I'm just like, shit. With how many, like, prepaid services there are now, it's kind of amazing. It's like, man, you're paying $600 for this, like, shitty... For like, the shitty, prepaid, like, phone. It's okay, but, I mean, man. I got, like, this unlimited data service from Sprint, and I'm never giving that shit up. You can look up Singular, a bunch of AT&T stuff. I think we have a Singular phone line around. Does Virgin Mobile still exist? Is Virgin still around doing their... Because they did, like, prepaid shit. Like, that was my first... phone plan, besides TracFone. TracFone was, like, the only thing around at the time that I bought. Like, I bought, like, this little Nokia 1100. It was just such a simplistic phone. And then I felt really cool when Virgin Mobile was a thing. And they had, like, these cool phones where it was like, oh, man, you can flip the screen. And, like, I had one of those phones that was, like, that was like the your friend uses it and it's sad. Damn. Yeah, like, cause like my mom was like, oh, you know, I got you guys cell phones, but you can't do, it's just for calls. So I'm like, well, I want to be able to text my friends. So I just said, fuck it. I'm working like 35 hours a week at McDonald's. I'm sure I can afford a prepaid phone, and I could. But yeah, it was, I mean, I wasn't making that much, but I was making enough to afford like one of those, I forget what it was called. I think it was called like the Backtrack. That's what I ended up buying. Like, if you remember those like LG Envy phones where it was like the big fat phone where it looked like a normal phone at the front, but then you can flip, like you can pull out the side and then it's like a bigger screen with like a keyboard and everything. That's what the Backtrack was. It was like a shittier version of that. And I thought it was fucking sweet. I don't give a shit because unlimited data. Yeah. Reception here has always been pretty good. I think the only issues I had, because, let's see, Saturday I drove to Omaha for Now This Is Wrestling, and I had I had service the whole way there. And it's like 2 hours in the middle, like, and most of it's in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's cornfields and wind turbines. Yeah, it's cornfields and wind turbines between Des Moines and Omaha. And so yeah, and I was able to still have pretty good service. From Des Moines to Minneapolis on Sunday, though, there are a lot of dead spots. I still get okay reception, but there were just some spots that I couldn't get reception, which was okay because I had enough, you know, Spotify songs. Like, I have like my main playlist is saved on my phone, so if service goes out, I just have access to like 200 songs that I've put on my main playlist. But yeah, I spent most of the time just like listening to radio shows and such, and I was doing pretty okay the whole time. And then, of course, where I live and where I work gets great reception. I think I actually tested the internet connection on it once. It's like 22 megs a second. So I actually get better. I actually get as good internet from my phone where I'm at than one of my buddies who lives a couple miles down the road. Like, he gets for a hardwire connection. I was like, that's pretty sweet. Once I have to pay for your phone, I'll probably go either Sprint or T-Mobile. Yeah, I'd say Sprint just because T-Mobile, like, I don't know, because I'm subscribed to H3H3, and after hearing Ethan talk about how easy it is for someone to just just get your SIM card, I'm not big on SIM cards at all. Like, I haven't had a SIM card in forever. And I don't like the fact that someone can just get your SIM card. But yeah. So, I think I'll probably stick with Sprint for right now. There we go. No tires, don't repair damage. It always loaded videos well. You could have one bar and watch it in HD. What's your Wi-Fi like? Pretty damn good. I mean, it's just a one-bedroom apartment, so I can get good Wi-Fi reception anywhere. I mean, I can see my Wi-Fi router from here. It's tucked into the corner of the living room, but I mean, I'm not more than, you know, maybe 30 feet away from it at any point in my apartment. So it's pretty nice in that regard. But yeah, still do pretty well. I will say with Wi-Fi, there's the occasional like hiccup where it's like, hey, for some reason we can't seem to find internet loading, and you're just gonna have to take shitty video for a little bit. But it usually clears up within like a minute or so. Numbers, yeah. That's actually because I stream. That was actually one of my factors in where I decided to live, because there were places I was looking at to potentially move to, and like one of the deciding factors was going on to my ISP's website, typing in the address, and seeing what speeds I could get. And if it was under 50, I wasn't going to do it at all. Which I'm really glad I did that, because I almost got a really nice... It wasn't nice, actually. It was a very basic one-bedroom apartment, and I could have gotten it for like $510 a month. So it was like clearly the cheapest out of any of them. I'm like, cool. This looks cool. What can I get for internet connection? It was like, get up to 3 megabits per second. I'm like, that is ridiculous. I didn't realize when I was looking at 2015 that you could actually have a hardwired 3 megabits per second internet connection, and it wasn't in a small town. Like, it's in a college town, and it was like, yeah, 3 megabits per second. It's like, there's something wrong with this picture. We dropped cable and just got Wi-Fi. Yeah, my ISP also has a cable contract, so they wanted to, they're like, hey, you don't seem to be signed up for our cable package. Would you be interested in that? I'm like, let's just figure out internet first, and then I'll look into cable. Like, under the full knowledge that it's like, nope, not going to get cable. There's no reason for me to get cable. Like, if I really want cable, I'll end up either getting Sling or PlayStation Vue. And I think PlayStation Vue now has been added to Android devices and such. So if I feel like paying $30 a month for it, you know, I could just get Android or PlayStation Vue to watch cable TV on my phone at work. Which will be the end of productivity for me. Who needs work to be done when you have XFX on your phone, and FXX, and USA Network, and the History Channel, and all that other jazz that comes with it? TNT. TNT have any good programming? Like, I know they have, I'm pretty sure they have, shit, I can't remember the name of that show now. God damn it. Whoops. My bad. That's alright, he's just a shitty Gordon. Oh, good, that's gonna cause a nice pile-up back there. Yeah, there's a nice pile-up back there. 213 down and 1775 up, with then a 16 ping, yeah. I've tested mine. Ours is about 87 ping, and I get about 50-ish, maybe about 45, 50 down and 5 up. So it's not great, but it's all right.
Get set. The race is going green.
There we go. There's that last boat thing. What was the True Detective? That was the name of the show I'm thinking of. I know there's going to be someone in the comments section saying it was True Detective was a TNT show, wasn't it? I never checked it out, but I'm pretty sure it's a TNT show. Now I like gotta find that out. HBO. Oh, it was an HBO series. Why did I think it was on TNT? Huh. So TNT really doesn't have all that much, do they? Boy, that Time Warner merger really helped out Turner's company. There we go. You just watch YouTube whenever they let us get computers. Dude, I was the lamest kid in high school. So let me start this up. But back in the mid 2000s, if you were a wrestling fan and you were around the internet a fair amount, there were these things called e-feds, and I think they're still around to this day, but they aren't nearly as big as they used to be. Like, they were pretty big in the mid to late 2000s. And e-feds are basically, I would say it's almost like D&D for wrestling nerds. And what it would be is that someone would go to, I think it's probably like Pro Boards or Envision Free, I think was the big one, or Zeta Boards, or whatever place you could go to sign up to start to have your own forums website. And people would make e-feds where you would roleplay either as your own character or perhaps an actual, like a character who... this is embarrassing because I really used to do this when I was a teenager, where you would either roleplay as your own character or as a WWE or WCW or TNA wrestler, and you would roleplay out different promos or segments or vignettes or whatever, and what would happen is, like, you would have these promos that you would cut against someone else, and they would have a series of promos against each other or whatnot that would lead to a match. Now, depending on the e-fed, you would either write out like fucking half a novel's worth of a wrestling match for your end, giving each side, you know, a good amount of, a good healthy amount of offense and something that sounded like a good story, and then the other person would write God knows how much to write their own half of the match. Then someone would determine who wrote the better half. If generally someone would be given a bias if they happen to run this promotion, as I'd seen with a lot of e-feds that I was in. There would be a general bias towards the actual booker. But the booker would determine who wrote the story better, and then basically write the end to the finish. And then that would be a match. There was that. God, that sounds boring. There was also a couple of other ones. There was this website. I don't know if it still exists at this point. I'd have to look. It was called Virtual Online Wrestling, and it was almost like a text-based MMO type deal. It like, what it was is you would sign up, you would have an actual character with actual stats, and you could train those stats outside of the realm of like an e-fed or whatnot, and you could challenge people on like a leaderboard. So it's almost like a text-based version of like Street Fighter, where there's just a whole mass of different people that you could face, and then you could search and find someone kind of within your range and challenge them to a match, and if they accept, you could the system would simulate a match between you two, and it could be whatever type of match you wanted, like one-on-one, steel cage, ladder. Like, the whole system like insta-wrote these matches, and then you could determine matches that way, and some people had e-feds based off that. vow.plit.dk, that's what it was. I remember that exact address. If it's still around, holy shit. But yes, Virtual Online Wrestling, it was vow.plit.dk. That is the exact... Man, that has not changed in over 10 fucking years. I bet you I bet you I could probably actually log into my old character that's still there. I have probably long since forgotten my password and the exact character I had, but I bet if I looked hard enough I could find it. But yeah, it was okay. And I had guys that I faced in stuff like that. The biggest one, and I'm actually kind of surprised it never got more. There was never more updates of this, because it was this big thing that, oh no, should I have actually gotten fuel? Am I gonna be fucked when I get around the backside here? Because there's a lot less people behind me. But I'm actually surprised there weren't ever more updates to it, because it's probably at least 10-year-old software at this point, and probably kind of shitty. But it was something called Zeus Pro. I remember this shit like it was yesterday now. There was a piece of software called Zeus Pro. And the thing about Zeus Pro is that it was a match simulator. Like it made it feel legit. Oh boy. It made it feel legit. You would enter in people's names and like certain stats about them, like their strength, their dexterity, their speed, whatever. You would like name off like what their finishing moves were, and they would have so many different types of matches that you could put in there. And the entire point of this piece of software is to input different wrestlers with stats and all that different stuff, and it would just simulate wrestling matches. I mean, you could write in your own... I mean, that's all it would do, is it would simulate wrestling matches from start to finish, and then if you wanted to, you could like add in your own writing if you were posting it to a forum, and kind of place that. And that's how you could get matches. And that was the main one that I was a part of, where they used Zeus Pro. And I was a big fan of Zeus Pro at the time, because I'm like, yeah, it's going to be fair, and we all have, fairly balanced stats, and it's going to be cool, and, the software will figure out the wins and losses for us, rather than us having to face the bias of someone writing it. Like, still, like... for some reason under the false belief that like the booker couldn't just have his own bias and then have someone win. Like, it's like, no, the software will do it. Zeus Pro will do it. This is great. So yeah, that was a thing. I'm sure that bit of software is probably still floating around the ether somewhere. I don't even know if I'd be too interested in that, but you could write virtually any type of match that you wanted and it would simulate it. It'd even simulate like shoot fights if you wanted it to. Like you could have it be like they didn't do any grapples or anything. They could just do punches. So if like you could simulate like a boxing match basically in that, where all their moves are just punches, and then eventually someone goes down. Bias? What's that? I assume you know what a bias is. I'm just going to take an assumption on that. Otherwise, your school system has failed you. But if you don't know, a bias is generally someone's thoughts or like just their general attitude or feelings towards something or somebody due to like whatever prejudices they might have, or yeah. I think you were probably just being sarcastic then with the bias. My mom has that. She's telling me to vote Hillary in the election. She's like, it's either Hillary or Trump. Don't let Trump win. It's like, Mom. I think I mentioned that I was thinking about voting for Gary Johnson, and she's just like, you're throwing away your vote. I'm like, am I really? I mean, I have every right to complain if I choose not to vote for either one of those two. Because I kind of make it like the George Carlin thing, where he's like, I don't vote, I stay home. So then when people complain about the people, hey, I didn't vote for them, you voted them in. I stayed home. But yeah. I have an assumption, like every every polling out there has Hillary basically winning this by a landslide, so I might as well vote for who I actually want to vote for. That's why I really wish, especially for Political Machine 2016, that they actually had like an independent party option. Like, it would be like this ultimate uphill climb to try to make work. But that would be like the challenge, like the third party challenge. Running as independent and seeing how well you can do. You're voting Kanye in 2020. Jesus. I bet you on one of my hard drives I still have a copy of the Zeus Pro software. I had that forever. And you want to vote for Bernie, right? Yeah, I was a bit of a Bernie supporter. My mom and sister had choice words for because they're big Hillary people, or at least my sister absolutely was, or is still. And they were telling me the types of people that they saw who were caucusing for Bernie on caucus night. And they're like, you should have seen some of the people. I'm like, yeah, I know the general stigma behind somebody who's a Bernie supporter. But unlike most people, you know, I have a job. I don't need bullshit like that. I wouldn't mind the free tuition, but I know that a lot of that shit the Bernie preach is like pipe dreams. But still, he was the least ridiculous person to vote for. Oh yeah. I didn't find out until recently that John McCain considered running until his son died last year, and then he decided not to. Which really sucks, because the way things have gone so far, if John McCain actually did run for president, he'd be president in November. Like, he'd win the election in 2 months, in a little over 2 months when it happens. Absolutely. There's a lot of people not on Hillary's side, and then on the other side you have Trump. Like, this would have been McCain's election if he actually decided to be a part of it. But yeah, I heard about that, and then it was like, oh, his son died. I'm like, oh, shit, that sucks. Is this Texas? Are we in Texas? It feels really small for it to be Texas. Something about this track feels a lot too small to be Texas. But I think it actually might be. Or, I didn't see what that said. I'll look on the walls to see what it says. Lowe's. I forget what Lowe's is, technically. I'd have to look. But, there we go. Wow, actually this will be a pretty tight race for me. I think.
Hello and welcome to Lowe's Motor Speedway at Charlotte.
Charlotte, that's what it was.
4 decades ago, drivers still love to race at this mile-and-a-half quad oval. If Daytona is the pinnacle of NASCAR racing, then Lowe's has to be.
You could argue Trump and making Mexico pay for the wall is a pipe dream. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Final NASCAR video. We're getting political in this sumbitch. No one really watches this anyway. This thing will get like 70 views. And I think a total of like 3 people actually get to this point in the video, rather than just skip over it all. There we go. People who actually watch the MangaWorks video that I did with what is it, AIDS Cook and Cancer Child and stuff like that. People seem to get a kick out of the horribleness of it all, so that's cool. I'm proud of that. I'm like, good. You can make people really know that they're going to go to hell for watching this and laughing with it. What am I looking at for laps? We got 4 laps, so probably in like 2. People actually watch that? I guess. Someone told me I'm horrible and that this is amazing. Which was a good pick-me-up because I had a couple of days of people just being shitheads in my comment section. Mostly on my political stuff. Because, like, Political Machine, I really need to turn the difficulty up. But to me, it's always been like, you know what? I like to have fun. Yeah, I'm gonna win, but yeah, it's just all in good fun. And then someone's just like, no wonder no one's watching this. You have the difficulty on easy. It's like, Jesus Christ, okay. My name is forever attached to that, yay. Watch that become like a big hit. That's just the next big hit.
You're low on fuel.
Down to, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, wow, there was a lot more track than I thought there was. And we're just gonna zip on in here. Cool. I didn't even see how far ahead I was of everybody when I, like, they didn't pass me up until a while, so I feel pretty good about that. I'm doing well enough I'm not even dropping into last anymore by pitting before everybody else. It's pretty nice. Ah, shit. Shit! Tops your 2K8 video. Yeah. That's not even my most, like, that's not even my biggest series. It's the only reason I'm considering, like, NBA Basketball 10 is because too many people ask me about it. And it's, like, my number one. It's, like, out of my top 5 videos, like, I think, like, 3 of them are, like, NCAA basketball. Like, NCAA Basketball 10 is, like, number 1, and then College Hoops is, like, my number 2 most watched series. And then I think the Bigs 2 is number 3. And then it might be, like, Fight Night or something. Fight Night got a lot more than I thought it would. I should really play that again, because I didn't hate it. I think just something had crashed with my Xbox, because I had played it on my old Xbox. So it had freezing issues, so it doesn't really happen much anymore. Yeah, you found me from it. Yeah, I think a lot of people did at that point too. I think a lot of people had found me from NCAA basketball. The way things are going already, it wouldn't shock me if, like, MVP 07 ended up being one of my best ones as well, because, like, that thing got, like, on fire pretty quickly. So it wouldn't shock me at all to know that it would get up there with the rest of them eventually, in like a year. That's what happens. About a year. God, I'm just like, I need to take things not so jittery. Oh well. I got the Mexican food burps. It's not good. It's just my body just going, why do you fill me with crap? Why do you do that?
Stay high. Still there. Clear low.
I just really need to, I need to go to Aldi, I think. I'm mostly just talking to myself at this point. This is the last video I'm going to do on NASCAR. I might as well just talk to myself or tell stories about my old days of being an E-Fed nerd. Play more political machine. I'll have to, if I do it again, I'll have to like upgrade I'll have to turn up the difficulty. But I think today's definitely just going to be, this and then Hollywood Movie Studio. Because this is definitely the last of these. And the jury's still out on whether or not I'm going to do any more Hollywood Movie Studio. Because I've gone through like 10 plus years as a studio there. I may just like finish out what I've got and then call it good after that. There we go. Yeah, because it's at a point where I can't really do too much in the way of like stuff with children anymore, because all the child actors that were in the game, 10 years has gone by, and like 10 years has gone by, and immediately they're like way too old at this point. There we go. Ba-ba-da-bum. I am sleepy. Oh yeah, I did eventually get a much nicer, less convoluted way of doing Hitman. Because I did Hitman like on last Wednesday, and it only took me maybe a couple more tries to really get a good route down. And I think I ended up doing it pretty cleanly within like half an hour. You like 'em young. Yeah. Just sounds awful. Makes me sound like the worst person in the world. How many races we got left? We got the 2, and then 3 more, so we're halfway through the last of this season here. Martinsville, which should be just tons of fun. There's no need for me to have money anymore. I have upgraded all of my vehicles to the best of their abilities. I have no need for money anymore. This is just all pure. This is hookers and blow cash at this point. Like in just the last 2 months, I've made over $1 million after buying that last part. This is all hookers and blow money at this point. Well, that worked out well. So let's try that again, except this time I hit this turn just a little bit nicer. There we go. Wow, that wasn't great. You know what? I bet you I'll still end up getting it. You ready? Wow, that was really not a good lap. It wouldn't shock me if I didn't get pole. Wow, even after what I considered a shit lap, I still did over half a second better than second place. This is gonna be ridiculous right here. Are you ready for some ridiculous nonsense? Alright, how many... Oh god. One thing that didn't happen in GameCube games on an actual GameCube, frame rate drop. Actually, I'm not sure. Because, I mean, they're still computers like anything else, but I don't ever remember frame rate drops happening until, like, the PS3 360 era. That's the only time I remember, like, frame rate drops being a thing. Maybe I just don't remember that. Yeah, boy. Oh, that was a nice turn. I like that one. Am I really just going to get like 4 laps in and already start lapping people? Is this how this is gonna work? Alright, I got 6 laps, so we'll just... I really should just, like, end it here. Just, like, be like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just get it done now. But I'll just find my way in at some point in this next few laps and get myself in the pits. Here we go. Right about here. Boom. Get it done, get it out of the way, and then just continue lapping people. Ain't no time like the present time. I'm still in first. I still technically led that lap. I technically led that lap. That is amazing. Am I even going to drop into the 30s? Am I going to be able to get out of this before we even get to the 30s? This is going to be ridiculous. Fuck yeah!
Car high. All clear. Car low. All clear.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Is anyone else going to show up? I'm pretty sure it's not even on easy difficulty. I don't know if there is a difficulty switch. I didn't touch it, so generally I think the default is like medium or whatnot. Maybe I should have like turned it up if there is a difficulty switch. I'm sure there is, but I never looked. Shit. That was ass. By the way, am I like ruining my tires? Nah, just that right front one.
Clear low.
Oh boy, I took that one a little high. Hacks. That's one thing I never really even thought about. It's like, is there a difficulty setting? Because I never touched the difficulty set. I don't even think there's an options, like a specific options menu. I think that's the main reason why I never touched it, is there's not really like a specific options menu in the career setting. Did you know that there's a whole other game besides this career mode?
All clear. Car low. Clear low. 10 laps to go.
There's like a whole game besides this. It's amazing. There's challenges and time trials, and you can do single races. Like, obviously I'm being sarcastic, but like, it really is one of those things where it's like career, fast race, like quick race or whatnot, and like quick race is what has like everything there. Career is just like, they've made it like its own separate thing. Like, it's like, oh god damn it, which Call of Duty was it? Was it Ghosts? Or Black Ops 2 or something, where they basically separated out the multiplayer from the campaign, where it's like that's the first screen you get is like, do you want to play campaign or multiplayer? Because we're not going to drag you into menus you don't need to start playing multiplayer. Like, they just kind of did away with like trying to do a main menu type thing. It's just like career, multiplayer. Which one are you going to do? Oh wow. That wasn't even caused by me. 19:298 is best time so far. So sub 20. And I was bitching about like my 21 seconds that I beat everyone with being kind of shit. Black Ops 2? Okay. I knew like one of them because yeah, it was like, I think I actually owned Black Ops 2, and that's how I knew. Man, I suck at fucking Call of Duty. I think I did a whole thing about that with Ghosts. That was my very first I suck at video. It's like, let me just show you how shit I am at Call of Duty.
The car head is pitted.
Campaign, multiplayer, then zombies. That's what it was. Oh boy. I'm just gonna go ahead and bump into everybody. That's cool. That's cool. There was no need for that. Tyler, that was uncalled for.
Clear low.
I didn't even realize at this point I'd actually lapped them already. Here I go. I'm going to lap some of these guys twice. God damn, both of you. God damn it.
Clear high.
Look at that.
Clear low. There's a wreck.
Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, and fucking Kevin Harvick all in one shot. 3 big name guys. Is that No, that's not Harvick or Kenseth in front. That's someone else. I don't know where Kenseth is. There's Terry Labonte, Newman. I think that's one of the bushes.
Car high.
God damn it.
Clear
People
high.
need to get the fuck out of my way. Like, they're going too wide for me to actually, like, get around them that way sometimes. Like, they go a little too wide there. But, I mean, yeah. But they just get all up in my way. All up in my way. It's pissing me off. I don't even see Kenseth. That might be Kenseth who went around that curve.
Clear high.
I was going to say, I think at some point, I'm seeing people, again, that are at least decently known, so I got to assume that I'm probably lapped up to, like, the top 15 or so. Double lapped. Maybe. Wow. 24th. All the way up to 24th was at least 2 laps behind George Bush. Oh, wow. All the way up to 6th. Got 2 laps. That's how beastly I am. Fucking chips and salsa are just... Mm. "17 wins in a season so far. I think I'm on pace for 20. At least. I wonder what the record is. Probably less than 17. Yeah, another $250,000 of fuck money. Alright, let's get some more hookers and blow money. There we go. I'm sure there'd probably be people who would actually be more... It would probably be more glad if I just did, like, the same 5 videos on a regular basis. Like, I'm sure I would probably actually get more retained viewership if I just stuck to kind of the same, like, 6 games or so. I just don't really like doing that. Because I thought about that, like, the other day. I'm like, man, most of the time, most of the time I'm doing kind of the same 5 or 6 games. And that's probably good if you're one of those, like, YouTubers who pretty much that's all you do. But, I don't know. There's a bunch of games that I enjoy. There's a bunch of games I really wouldn't mind playing. It's one of those things that, like... Jesus, what was it? I think it was at least a couple years ago before I really started in hard on, like, the different sports-related stuff. I played, like, Marlowe Briggs and the Mask of Death, which at this point probably would have just been relegated to, like, a bargain bin game, because I believe I spent, like, 99 cents on it. It'd be pretty fun to come back to it. But it's like a cheap-ass version of God of War, basically. It's kind of fun, actually. When we're making movies at the end of the... Wow, I got a fight going on here. Interesting.
Welcome to Hampton, Georgia.
We're almost done with the season. Don't worry.
Get set. The race is going green. There's the green
Don't get
flag.
your panties in a twist. There we go. But yeah, like, I think I have a point where I'm just sitting here like, yeah, it'd be kind of fun to play different games, but if it's not, like, under the same general radar as a lot of the other games I played, then people aren't really interested in that. Like shit. Like my Hitman stuff is not nearly as popular as anything else. The main reason why I do post it though is just because I love playing Hitman. And fuck anyone who doesn't want to watch it. That's fine. I just know that if I was like, hey, I should play this story-based game, it'd be kind of fun, and it'd be kind of met with a resounding meh. I understand, though. If the game wasn't made at least 10 years ago, you won't play it. What the fuck? I'm going to be playing NBA 2K17. That's going to be another series of mine. Sure, this game was made in 2002, and Hollywood Movie Studio was released a couple years ago, but it's actually a 10-year-old game as well. Still. Yeah, NBA 2K or NFL 2K5 might be 12 years old at this point, and College Hoops 2K8 might be 9 years old at this point. I'm actually not making a good, I don't think I'm making a good excuse for myself here, or stay with it. Oh, never mind. That's on you. Drive better. Yeah, I'm not making a good, argument for myself here. I think I might go ahead and pit. I think that's what I did last time. I think last time I was here, that's what I did, and that's how I won. Because I kind of remember this track. There we go. The max resolution has to be 480p. That's what I should just do. Dude, I downloaded some GameCube games that I never got around to playing. Like the SSX games. Like I got SSX Tricky, SSX 3. I got like a Paper Mario game. Just games that I wouldn't mind playing, but I'm always weary about like streaming it and just people being like, well, this is a waste of time. When's your next College Hoops video? Because I don't give a shit about you playing Paper Mario. Like, oh, okay. Like, if I could make my whole channel just Heroes of the Storm, I'd just be playing that constantly. Just that hour and a half of me bitching people out in different games. That would be me constantly. I really don't mind playing the sports games and stuff, obviously. I wouldn't have played it in the first place if I didn't enjoy it. It'd just be nice if someone really got into, like, other stuff. I really should play Fight Night. I mean, that's still sports, I guess, technically, but, you know, maybe a little bit different. I should just fire up my N64 emulator, and that's what I'm going to do from now on. Just play N64 games. In glorious 480p. Or no, the N64 wasn't even 40p. It maxed out at 240p. That's what it was. The only reason it even looks anything close to decent is because it's polygons instead of stuff like this. Like, if this was in 240p, it'd be absolute shit. That's what I'll do. I'll just play N64 sports games. That'll be my next video series, is franchise mode on Kobe Bryant's NBA courtside. NASCAR sure as hell isn't a sport. Yeah, and that's why I'm really glad I'm done with this after this, because it's not. I'm getting some people watching it, but not a ton. Like NASCAR, Hollywood Movie Studio. That stuff isn't doing nearly as well as College Hoops or MVP 07 or TEW. I mean, shit, I guess TEW isn't like, that's wrestling. It's a text-based wrestling game, but, you know. I'm not even like, I feel like maybe it sounds like I'm bitching, but it's not really. I just feel like I think people would think I'm wasting their time if I started up a stream with something completely unrelated to anything I've done. Like when I did the Hitman Heroes of the Storm stream last Wednesday or whatnot, like that was just I really don't feel like being productive today. So I'm going to play Hitman, even though I know nobody watches it. And then I'm going to play Heroes of the Storm and never upload it because nobody watched that when I put it on there. Why did I even start this? Because it's fun. I enjoyed this game. There's not a lot of games that I play on a regular basis that I don't enjoy. And I let people know when I don't enjoy them. Biggs 2 is starting to come around for me again. We're being like, you know what? I'm actually doing something.
All clear.
But yeah, I don't even remember how I got around to starting this. I think I just decided one day that like Dirt to Daytona would be fun. And it is. I'm not the biggest NASCAR fan ever. I'm far from the biggest NASCAR fan ever. I have a favorite driver, but it's not like I've been paying attention to him for quite a while. There we go.
Clear high.
Yeah. But it's kind of fun. I like the idea of kind of starting from the dirt track and building up to something.
Slow down.
Oh boy. I should have just made it like a series of games. Like I just get like the World of Outlaws racing game and just start off with like the World of Outlaws cars. That's how it could have started. Like even make it even like less known stuff. I'm gonna hit somebody, aren't I?
Still there.
Excuse me.
Car high. Great job.
Hooray! I actually thought I was in for a bigger fight. I don't know what happened. I just sort of, like, ended up passing people without even thinking about it. Oh, I just realized I don't even have my fan on. That's why it's starting to get warm in here. Hang on. Yeah, between the fact that it's summer, and then my body heat, and then my computer running, it gets warm. Yeah, I'm 600 points ahead, which means I could literally not show up for the rest of the season and still win. I'm honestly considering that. Like, fuck it. I've clearly won. Let me see this real quick. Alright, let me look at the standings. Okay, 48-64. Yeah, best you can do is like 190 points a race. So if Mark Martin won the next 4 races, he still wouldn't have enough. He'd still like be, I think, 4 points shy of beating me. So I should deeply consider. Well, actually, no. It's like what, 4 races, something like that. I don't remember. Maybe I should just skip to the last one now, because there's only 3 races left. So no matter what, I've won the season. I should just get to Daytona now. There you go. Hey, look, Mark Martin actually did really well, and yeah, still shorted it no matter what. He actually got kind of close, but yeah. It's kind of funny that I could just take a month of the season off because I've done so well. And I got 3 races less than everybody else. Like, I got the number of races that you would need for, like, 40th. And it's like, yeah, I've done so well, I'm just going to take November off. Jeff Gordon, in 1998, Jeff Gordon won 13 races in a single season. We know this will be a tough challenge to match, but if you can do it, we'll pay out a cool $1 million. I just did that. I won like 17 or 18 races. I did that. Give me my $1 million. We hear at NSA, uh-oh. NSA have our eye on you. You're just the kind of driver we're looking for. You haven't made your big move yet, but we think with the right level of backing, you could revolutionize the sport. The NSA? Okay. Highest reward money, we have reasonable expectations, blah, 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 blah. Nikon, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. People really... Oh. Infogrammes. There's the Infogrammes car. I like the NSA recruiting car. I don't know if that's supposed to be the NSA, but it was from Washington, D.C. So, what better than to be an NSA car? Yeah, no, I understand. No one wants to sign me for that. That's fine. I'm busy getting buttloads of money. Wow, Polaris. Polaris wants to sign me in the Featherlights. Sure, why not? Alright. I kind of shorted it a few races, but you know what? We'll just get this done. One final race. I won the Cup Series last year. I've gone about as far as I could possibly go in this game, in career mode. Like, I don't even know if there's a Hall of Fame. I don't even think there's like a Hall of Fame thing. Like, it's literally just... Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. So, Daytona. Daytona's pretty much the only thing I haven't won yet. So, let's race for Daytona and we will have this done. One final race. I'm probably not ever going to pick this up after this. This is probably going to be the last time I ever get to play, I ever, like, sit around and play Dirt to Daytona. Because I certainly didn't play it at all, like, outside of this. At least since I started streaming it. Like, there was a couple times I think I was kind of bored, and I was like, I wonder what the like, challenges and stuff are like. And the challenges are alright, but not anything like... I mean, maybe YouTube-worthy, maybe, but, like, nothing that I would sit there and be like, alright, let's just do challenges all day for the next hour and a half. Thanks. Thanks for the love and support, buddy. I appreciate it. God damn it, can I not be a spaz? That's my biggest issue right here, is I really don't want to lose my one shot that I've decided to put on. After a maxed out car, I don't want to lose this shot by being a spaz. Yeah. There we go. Thought about doing more wrestling stuff though, like with actual wrestling games. Like Day of Reckoning had a career mode where you start off working the house shows against nobodies, and then like Day of Reckoning 2 continued your story. So it's like literally 2 games worth of continuity. Then there's also the SmackDown Here Comes the Pain season mode that can go multiple seasons. And then I could start off with like a shit character and try to make them better. Like work them into being better. It's kind of fun. I actually did that. It'd be kind of fun to maybe actually stream that. I actually did a year as Rico. And he's a 63 overall, worst in the game. And after a year I made him like 80 something and the world champ. I don't know. There are other games and stories and stuff I wouldn't mind doing. I know I've been wanting to play Enslaved Odyssey to the West. That's a game that I originally thought about doing like a bargain bin for.
Alright, let's
because it's kind of a cheap game, but boy howdy is it one of the most underrated games I've ever played. It's fantastic. Alright, so I only just barely didn't get it, so I'm thinking I'll be pretty okay in this race.
Welcome to the Sunshine State and the birthplace of NASCAR, Daytona Beach, Florida. Since 1959, a driver's career can be made or broken at Daytona International Speedway.
Yeah, racing for that NSA.
Flyover has served as a proving ground for some of the greatest names in racing. 31 degrees of banking in the turns and incredible speeds on the straightaways have led to the inclusion of restrictor plates here. Aerodynamic drafting has become a must-have skill in order to stay with the pack and master Daytona.
Let's just go. I ain't got no sponsors right now. I changed cars, so apparently because I changed cars, I got no sponsors anymore. No one wants to sponsor me now that I'm sponsored by the NSA. See, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop being spazzy. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my one race that I'm trying at Daytona. Come on, Sadler, we got this. We got this. Let's do this. I'm being really jittery. I don't know why. Just, there we go. Slow, slow, slow. If I had a steering wheel, this would be so much easier. But just like trying to just barely move a joystick. I don't know why. It's such a weird... I get like a twitchy thumb. I actually have to like flex my thumb to make sure I don't like have like a muscle twitch and I just like drive into the infield. That's weird. When I'm so used to like just fucking just thumbing the buttons, just tink, 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 like after all this time I'm still kind of like, man, I haven't really gotten a great grasp on how to make these turns without looking like I having Parkinson's with the steering wheel. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Slow down.
Half can, no tires, don't repair. Okay. Let's be done here. I'd have gotten so black flagged if I had the black flags on. Like, speed limit's 55 and we had you going 155. Yeah, you're gonna have to sit here. I wonder if I can catch up to these people. I probably made a mistake in doing this. Daytona's probably not the place I should be doing something like that where I Daytona's probably not the place where I should be like off by myself, considering he just got done saying that drafting is very important. So it probably doesn't help where I'm just like, fuck the draft, I'm gonna drive by myself. I can do it. I'm a big boy. Oh God. Oh, okay, most people went in at that point, so things will be much easier. Right about here. Oh, well, this is going to be a thing, because the 4 people in front of me have not pit yet, and the people behind me are now over 3 seconds behind me, and climbing. 4 seconds. Alright, I think they've pretty much caught up now. 4.5. Put as much time in between us. 5 seconds. A full 5 seconds behind me. The 4 people in front of me have not pit yet. They're pitting right now with the way the clock is looking. Maybe, yeah, they're definitely pitting right now.
That was a great lap.
So there we go. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, good. There's going to be like a nice little pile up back there, too, with the guys who are a few seconds behind me already. Which means I'm going to put even more time in between me and the rest of the pack. Okay. I think it's all pretty much leveled out now. Martin is slowly making his way up because he's got guys with him. So that's going to make things interesting. But he's not making up enough time at this point to actually get to me. How many laps do I have? That's the key here. How many laps do I have left? I have 3 laps left. They're only gaining maybe half a second, if that, maybe a lap. I'd say it's probably closer to 0.3 or 0.4 seconds. So this is pretty much just don't be an idiot, and I've won Daytona 500. Or at least the shortened version of it. Hip, hip, hooray! Can you imagine if I did my original plan of making them like extra long races? Maybe not the full length races, but just the kinds of races where like one stream would just be one race. Where it's just like, yeah, for the next hour and a half, I'm going to drive on this same track.
2 to go.
Everyone just kills themselves in chat. It's like, fuck this. As they're getting ready to die, they just cut their hands open and write on their walls with their finger, "It was NASCAR." So when someone sees their body, they just go, "Oh my god! He killed himself, what happened?" And then they look on the walls, and in blood it just says, "It was NASCAR." They'll be utterly confused. People will still be open to my page.
Last lap.
I don't know what happened, but he said it was NASCAR and he had your page open. I'm pretty sure that has something to do with this. You were playing NASCAR. Ma'am, how long were the races? It says they're full-length races. Oh, I know the cause of death now. That's right. A streamer he was watching was doing full-length NASCAR races. After about the 400th turn, going left, he just slit his wrists. It's understandable.
Great job.
Woohoo! Daytona 500. I don't think this game built in anything to make it fun or unique that I won Daytona 500. That's for like the later editions of games. I just get a nice exit and then a newspaper headline. And then I disappear off the face of the earth. Nearly $300,000. I have mastered the track, captured the checkered flag. I have officially won the Daytona 500. I don't think there's a single thing left for me to do at this point. I think that's it. I might as well just affix my car with basic stuff here. There, 0.85. What do we got here? There you go. That is the most amount of money that you can make at this point. Oh, wait. There we go. That probably equaled over 300,000. But there we go. Mickey Mouse is your sponsor, absolutely. As I'm talking about people slitting their wrists, Mickey Mouse is like, oh! Haha! $2.5 million of I don't need this money anymore. Holy shit. I don't even think I needed like the maxed out, like I did the pit crew, but I didn't even need like the maxed out pit crew, which can you imagine with the skill and everything else with that? Like if I had all hundreds there and then I viewed the applicants here and added their stuff on. There you go. That is the best you can physically do. And I've already won the championship and I've already won Daytona 500. I'm pretty sure there's nothing left for me to do in the career mode. Every major thing has been won. Like everything, like anything else that I might have missed is not really even a huge deal. So why would this guy still be racing? Because the only thing better than having a bunch of money is having even more money. That's like the people who, it's like the people who argue over like just a couple $1 million over the course of like 5 years contract, where it's like, well, I could be making 19 million a year, but it'd be really great if I made 20 million a year. And it's one of those things where you go, is $1 million a year really that much of a difference? But then you got to think about the fact that a lot of us blue collar people, $1 million is like sometimes it's like 20 years worth of work basically, or even for older folks back then, it's like it's like a lifetime's worth of work. Oh man, because the only thing better than money is more money. So I think that's it. I've maxed out all my cars. I've won all the championships. I've won Daytona 500. That's it. I have conquered this game. I don't think there's any options in here to try to change anything. So that's about it right there. I'll just end it right like that. So for anyone who's watched this on YouTube from all the way at the beginning, thank you very much. I do greatly appreciate it. Yeah, this is definitely the last one. I think within the next couple weeks or so, when we get back around to this point in the rotation, I'll have something else. I haven't played NCAA Football 14 in a while. There is NCAA Football 14 if I really wanted to try to revive something. I mean, there's also other stuff that is fairly popular that I could revive. Fight Night Round 3, something like that. Who knows? I always wanted to try something other than sports, and this is kind of one of those things that really wasn't quite sports. So one of the guys who's chatting in my chat just like, he just loves the fact that this is over. I guess he just really hates NASCAR. So thank you. Of course, I'll be getting to other stuff. I'll be getting to other stuff on stream, but for you guys watching me on YouTube, thank you for taking this journey with me. I think this is the first time I've officially basically gone through an entire series. I mean, I think there's a couple other times I might have played through like a campaign or something just because it was short, but I mean, this is really like, that's it, I'm done. Thank you so much. So yeah, thank you guys, and hopefully you guys are fans of other games as well, and hopefully I will see you there. So, see ya.